So, the long-awaited Gen 2 to Bose's Soundlink Micro has finally dropped, and it only took them a nice short time period of 8 years. I was an original fan of the Gen 1 speaker for its compact size and, at the time, unmatched sound for its size. But now, with other players tapping into this market, like the JBL Grip, for example, as to what I believe to be one of the leaders now in the class, has Bose done enough to stand out in a part of the market that I felt they used to be on top of with the first gen? What's up, folks? I'm Andy. Welcome back to another video here on the Spacey Tropics Review channel, and today we're getting into the Bose Soundlink Micro Gen 2. Hey folks, before I get into the video, I just want to wish everybody a happy new year. I hope all of your wishes, your dreams, everything prosperous that you could wish for yourself comes true this year, whatever the resolution may be that you have. My resolution for this channel is to go ahead and get 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2026. Would you please help me get there? There are folks that have subscribed as of recent, and I could not be any more thankful to you guys for subscribing to the channel, watching the video out, liking the video, and just getting it out there to other folks. I really and truly appreciate you. Please help me meet my goal of 5,000 subscribers on this tech channel by the end of 2026. Without further ado, let's get into the actual video now. All right, folks, so we're going to go ahead and start things off with the design as usual. Now, I thought buying it off of Amazon, I'm just going to put this out there, that I thought all the colors they had were the black, the blue, and just fairly recently, the sandstone color, aka the beigeish, brownish, whatever you want to call it. Those were the three colors that were available on Amazon, and to be quite honest, I was going to push this review in a sense that I wanted more colors, just like I noted for the SoundLink Plus review that I did. Well, turns out, if you go to Bose's website, they actually do have some of the colorways that the Bose Soundlink Flex has, like the blue with the orange tag, or in this case, the only one with a custom design on it, as far as I could tell. I have never really seen Bose do a custom design before, at least maybe not recent, but this is the only one I found with an actual custom design on it, and that is the Rose version of the Soundlink Micro. Quick disclaimer, folks, I just realized as I was editing, it's not called the Rose colorway. It's actually Petal Pink. However, I think it should be called Rose, the Rose Bose. I think that has a nice ring to it. But yeah, it's called Petal Pink, and I apologize that the entire review is going to say Rose, but personally, I'm still going to call it Rose anyway. So yeah, just wanted to put that in there real quick. So coming back to it, again, design. I'm going to start off with the colorway. I think for the Soundlink Micro, this rose color with its design is the best colorway that you can find for this little guy. I think it's great that Bose is taking an initiative to put some form of a design on it, especially since I haven't seen something with a design on it from Bose in the past. So, great job. Other than that, as far as the feel of it, it 100% feels premium. I mean, come on, folks, it's a Bose product. We know it's going to develop and give you this sense of, I bought something premium. The build is robust and feels like money well spent if and only if you can get it on sale. Thankfully, I was able to get this pink one on sale as well, or well, Rose. I was able to get this rose one on sale, I believe that's the colorway, for $109. The same thing that I paid for the black version of this speaker that I got off of Amazon. Back to the design, the Velcro strap is a welcome change, but honestly, I didn't mind the rubber strap of the Gen 1. It was kind of a little bit easier to maneuver versus the Velcro strap. If you really need to tie it down onto something, you would have to yank it out and then put it back into the loop, and then, yeah, it's a little bit more work, but it's just as secure as the first gen. Compared to the first gen, it does feel slightly heavier in the hand, which tells me that, it's a reassuring thing that, after 8 years, that Bose actually put some thought into it and made this feel a little bit more robust. Only thing I don't like is the fact that the buttons are still so squishy. I mean, if you really start pushing down on this, I get it, you know, design, aesthetics, so on and so forth, but really and truly, pushing down on these buttons here, honestly, it doesn't feel as tactile as something like the JBL Grip, for example. One thing to note, I am really liking the fact that this thing can stand on its own now. It's awesome versus Gen 1, you had to practically prop up on almost anything if you wanted to be upright. Compared to the Gen 1, the omission of a mic for speakerphone functions does not bother me at all. So overall, build quality is fantastic. Only real thing I don't like is the squishy buttons on this thing, but other than that, it's a fantastic looking, feeling, and sounding speaker. So as far as the sound test is concerned, you guys know the drill by now. I'm going to be playing the same 2 songs that I've created myself in GarageBand. I don't claim to be an audiophile. I don't claim to be an audio engineer. I've just created these tracks to go ahead and try and avoid as much copyright issues as I possibly can. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and test the black one here in terms of overall sound quality for the sound test coming up. Reason being I'm not going to do the stereo pair for these 2 just yet is because I do want to do a battle of the stereo pairs kind of video. So 2 JBL grips versus the 2 of these. And reason being for that is because, well, I just want to know, and I'm sure you do too, if you manage to get 2, which I highly suggest because, well, they sound great together, but if you manage to get 2 of either the Soundlink Micro Gen2 or 2 JBL grips, which one is better? So that video will be coming soon. For now, like I said, I'll be testing the songs on the black one here. As you guys know, one song is in mono, one song is made in stereo, and yeah, that's just about it. Let's go ahead and get the sound test rolling. So, you guys heard the sound test for yourself. Gen 2 definitely sounds way better than Gen 1. Compared to Gen 1, this has way clearer vocals, way better mid-range. The mid-range has taken a big leap forward, but obviously this is also screaming old Bose, where remember when they said Bose wasn't known for bass? Well, this is it. Because the mid-range has taken such a big leap forward, that leap cost us bass response. Now, granted, it is a small speaker. You should never be expecting any sub bass level, whatever the case may be. You should never be expecting super low bass frequency responses from a speaker of this size. It's just not gonna happen because, well, it's not powered enough, it doesn't have enough power, and the driver probably just can't support it at this point. It is a full range driver, it's not a dedicated low range woofer. When it comes to the top end, literally, I want to say maybe about 80% volume is the max this thing should go before you start to hear a little bit of a wobble coming in. Remember, this is a full range driver, there's no tweeter here, so vocals are going to sound really wobbly. Best example I can give is you talking in front of a fan. That's the best example that I can give. That's how the vocals will start to sound the higher you raise it. If you put this up at 100% volume, you'll hear it. If you're far away, probably not. But if you're close enough, yeah, you're definitely going to hear that little bit of distortion in the vocals because the bass is really trying to punch through. Well, in this case, the mid-range is really trying to punch through and give you something that it technically is just not doing well to do. So 80% volume is probably the max that you should put this at, unless you have it in the stereo pair. If you have it in the stereo pair, then quite honestly, 70%, 65 to 70% is more than enough for the two of these to be playing together to produce some quite nice quality sound. Honestly, if you really do want to pump it up and you want to get rid of that distortion, then the best thing to do is get on the EQ inside the Bose app, which is very easy to get to, and I will have it somewhere on the screen right now of what my settings for this is, and it's obviously the same for the black one. I have the highs at 8, I have the mid-range at +2, and then I have the bass at -1. This allows me to keep it at that 80%, maybe even 85-90% volume mark without it sounding too distortion-y, if that's a word you want to call it, when it comes to the vocals and whatever you get through the mid-range. Now, last bit on sound. Honestly, this is the best, in my honest opinion, the best companion speaker. If you want the best overall speaker, I kind of think it's moving towards a JBL Grip, but more on that in a little bit when I compare the two together. But this is the best companion speaker. There's just no doubt in my mind. It's the best hotel room speaker. If you're in a very small dorm room and you're not allowed to really have, pump the bass up kind of speakers, this is fantastic. You could stick this right on your bed. The bass is strong enough that if you put it right up against your wall, or whatever the case may be, it'll reverb enough for you to get a good, nice, decent sound signature without waking the roommates up. So that's what I think this speaker truly is. It's not the loudest in the group. It's not trying to show off in terms of overall, it's got this, it's got that, it could do this, and it's got a fancy little light on the back. No. This is going to stick with you, stick on your backpack somehow, or just on your desk somewhere in your dorm room or your little apartment or whatever the case may be. This is where that belongs, right next to you, 5 feet or less. Okie doke. Well, let's get into some of the features and talk about the app functionality a little bit. So, double the battery life compared to first gen. That's a pretty obvious statement. That's a pretty obvious thing. But 12 hours overall still is lacking in today's modern world. Something like the Marshall Willin 2 is getting way more battery life than this, or the JBL, or practically almost a lot of other speakers in its class. But I digress. 12 hours is cool, and Bose does have good battery management compared to something like the JBL Grip. Again, more on that when I get the comparison video for the both of them. But that's that. Pairing, super quick and easy. Bluetooth 5.4 is on board. Multi-point pairing is also available for this, so you can connect multiple devices at once and just, have that little party going between you and a multi-point connect mate, if you want to call it that. So the shortcut button on the top, that is something that could easily be used either for direct Spotify access or the multi-speaker pairing, so that you could pair two of the Soundlink Micros together for them to give you that left and right stereo separation. App functionality, it's as easy as usual. It's the Bose app. Everything is laid out as clean and clear and cut as you need it to be. EQ's easily available, volume slider easily available, what you want to preset the shortcut button to easily available, and so on and so forth. It's the Bose app. Your grandma can definitely use this one. So, final thoughts on the Soundlink Micro Gen2. It is the best speaker ever, if it was 2022. Honestly, Bose came in way too late to the market with the second generation of the Micro series of speakers that they have. The JBL Grip, in my honest opinion, has truly taken over the scene as the king in its class. Now, again, I will go into a more in-depth review, or well, in-depth comparison between the two at a later time, different video. But for now, all I will say is, if you're looking for loud and you're looking for a neat feature like ambient lighting, the JBL Grip is the one for you. You can still get it on sale as of right now. Other than that, if you're looking for the best companion speaker, if you're looking for a best friend speaker per se, something to keep close, something that you're not going to really tuck far away and still produce quality sound, this is the speaker for you, if you can get it on sale. Well, thank you guys for coming back to another video. I'm doing my absolute best here to try and prove to you guys, because I know I've been on that long hiatus and I've just started coming back and posting videos. I'm doing my absolute best to prove to you guys that I'm not only here to stay, but I'm here to try and give you the best quality videos that I could possibly give you. I'm still learning at this point. I'm still a fresh tech YouTuber, but I appreciate all of the folks that have subscribed. I appreciate all of the folks that are viewing all the way up to the end. You guys are what makes this channel keep turning. I have big goals for 2026, and I feel like I'm gonna make them. I feel like I really am gonna reach them. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy New Year, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.